Gets me through my morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jody and Hazy on Nova.
Fitzy Fridays, Fitzy Fridays.
Fitzy Fridays.
I've said it once. I feel like I've said it 100 times. I'll say it once more. Fridays are done right, Jodes, when you get a nice little injection of Ryan Fitzy Fitzgerald.
Can I bring up this week how special it was? Albo let us play backyard cricket at his house at Kirribilli House during the week. And do you know how weird it is? Being from Port Noarlunga and a southern boy from 40 k's south of Adelaide, to then rock up to Kirribilli House and have a look at security and snipers just with they have these red laser beams on your head knowing what your background's like, walking into Kirribilli House. It's a very surreal moment just to be like rolling the arm over to the Prime Minister. Chris Minns, the New South Wales Premier, was there as well, and it was a great day, a brilliant day.
Is Kirribilli House a sort of, can we crash at your place kind of vibe as well? Or what's it like inside? Did you go inside?
No, it's actually a bit underwhelming. Like it's a really old house, Jodes. They only have one toilet down on the bottom level that everyone has to use to get changed into their cricket whites. So there was a big line up to get into that toilet. The stairs that go upstairs are all roped off. Do you know the funny thing about this? We've been doing this for a few years now. And Albo, a couple of years ago, at the end of the day, it's a great day. We finish about midday. We have a big barbie and stuff and have something to eat. But as everyone's packing up, he grabs one of our technicians from Nova, Robbie Zamora, legend, and goes, "Hey, Robbie, I've got a new television upstairs. Can you come and wire it up for me?" So it was like he'd bought a television off the back of a truck hot, and he got one of our techs to set up his telly in his bedroom.
It's all connected. And you can't say no. Fitzy, I did hear via Jason Lauren as well that Clint Stanaway was there and did a very, very good job. And then he told the story about how when he went to one of the toilets there, there was air freshener in there, and it was the good old-fashioned orange power. Remember the orange?
It was! I saw that! Yes, which is also, remember that you can also get the orange goo remover. It's really, really good.
Wow.
It's good stuff. So I hope no one annihilated the Prime Minister's toilet.
No.
We were looking for the cellar. There's an amazing wine cellar, apparently,
Is there?
but we couldn't find it.
Oh,
No.
that's disappointing. What's it like just standing around having a beer with Albo post-cricket?
Yeah, what do you do? Where do you put your hands? Do you curtsy? Do you give him a kiss on the forehead? What do you do?
Well, see, Albo's easy to have a conversation with. You know, the first Prime Minister, I came up with this idea to play backyard cricket and raise money for charity, and we do it for Lifeline and Batia and mental health and stuff, and it's a great day. But we asked Julia Gillard, this is how far back we went. She knocked us back.
Yeah.
Kevin Rudd knocked us back. Tony Abbott knocked us back. The first Prime Minister to let us do it was actually Scott Morrison. ScoMo was the one who said, come over. And it started with ScoMo, and we've been doing it every year since. So it's a great day, and we want to continue it.
Let's be honest, the Prime Ministership in Australia is sometimes a bit of a popularity contest. And look, ScoMo is one of the more popular Prime Ministers. So you're in a bit of an interesting spot there, Fitzy, when you go, can we do this? ScoMo goes, bloody oath you can.
Well, I think it's his legacy will be the backyard cricket game and trying to play the ukulele on 60 Minutes.
Thank you so much. What springs to mind every single time.
Take me to the April sun in Cuba.
There it is. Do you know what? It must have been one of those moments where he said to his missus, I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
You just got to back me up here. I'm going to go for it.
Yeah. And
She didn't back him up.
And she was like one of she was like one of the partners of those Australian Idol contestants who went, yes, you've got a great voice, Dal. You should definitely do that.
They're just saying those hurtful things because they're jealous.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Well done on the match this week. That was absolutely huge for you guys. Front page of the Ties are here, and also front page of the Daily Telegraph in Sydney. It was huge.
Yeah, well, can I just say, I showed Richard Wilkins the front page of the Advertiser, and there was a headline underneath Richard Wilkins that said fat cats, which he wasn't too happy with. So poor Dickie, he has put on a couple of kgs, and they obviously pointed it out.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, bless him. And I did hear him on your show say that normally when he's on the front page of the paper, it's because something's gone wrong. So well done, Vicky.
Yes. Or it's another relationship with a high-profile woman, so he got out of that one.
Fitzy, appreciate you. Thanks for your time. We'll do it all again next week.
See you guys.
Morning, the
following segment is for mature audiences only and may contain adult content, graphic language, and nudity. Not that you'll see it. If easily offended, well, you're about to find out just how easily.
Your father, he's on the naughty list.
Jody and Hazy's Naughty at 6:40.
We found a space where Jodie Oddie absolutely shines because it feels like you can be yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say, but if this is anyone's wheelhouse, it's yours, my friend.
It's probably, 70-30, do you reckon?
Yes, your way.
In terms of load management?
Yes, thank you.
It's a space for us to be just a little bit risque, a little bit blue before we move on and straighten up after 7 o'clock. I've got one for you. A sex expert, or AKA a sexpert, has gone viral on TikToker for TikToker. I'm not old, I swear.
No, you're not.
For the top 5 things that you should never, ever, ever say in the bedroom.
Oh.
Because it's some real mood breakers, do you know what I mean, Joe?
Yeah.
So heads up for those up-and-comers who are really trying to find their life partner.
Yeah, right.
You're not going to lock them down with this. First, number 5, and that is this your first time? No, don't say that.
Oh, that's so offensive.
It's really offensive.
Isn't
I don't
it?
think there's any way that you can take that as a compliment.
No,
Is this your
absolutely.
first time? Why am I that awkward and that starfishy?
Do I definitely not know what I'm doing and what I'm touching and what I'm tasting, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, number 4. I like this one as well. I think I've been in this situation. It's
Go.
been said to me.
Yep.
Is this amount of sweat normal? Have you talked to a doctor?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Sweaty McGee?
I will say profusing sweaters. Ooh, ew.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Even those dudes in the gym and they don't bring a towel.
What?
How is anyone ever having sex with them ever?
You having sex with these dudes in the gym?
What?
This is not something you should say. It's more so just a look, and that is the look of disgust.
Oh.
So it can be one single quick little look that can make people go, well, clearly, and set you in a zone where you're like, well, I've lost all confidence.
Okay. I know this is quite...
Link it to the sweat thing too, probably.
This is quite visual, but what's the look of disgust in the bedroom for you if you had to give it to me? Right, ready? On 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, go.
We had situation. This guy makes me turn the lights off. While she gives looks of disgust that I can't see. Number 2, and this is a big one as well.
Go.
Are you almost done?
What's wrong with that? I say that all the time.
I know. But what it is saying is that you are having such little pleasure that you want it to end sooner rather than later.
Nick.
When have you said, are you almost done? Because I hope you keep on going forever.
Yeah.
No one has ever said that.
No, but we're busy women. We've got things to do. Anyway.
Yeah. And the final one, it's really nasty as well if you're physically against this sort of stuff touching your skin.
Yeah.
Why are you breathing so hard?
Oh, because I'm excited.
Because
I
I'm
don't know.
enjoying myself.
Yeah.
You know?
It's tricky territory, isn't it?
It is tricky territory, and I really feel like the majority of these things that have been said are being said from probably women to men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever been on the receiving end of something where you thought, oh, I ain't doing this right? Something wrong here.
Yes, it's number 3.
Oh.
It's probably the look of disgust.
Yes.
And you feel like, and then once you get in that sort of zone, then maybe you're trying too hard. It makes it much worse.
Yeah. I've got some advice for everyone if they're feeling a bit nervous in this area, right?
Yeah.
All you have to do, marry 2 Gregs, then you can never go wrong, can you?
You scream out, Greg, and go, I'm so sorry. Greg goes, what are you talking about? And you're like, nothing. Jodes, tomorrow, history in the making. That's what's going to happen. Very,
huge.
very confident that South Australia will beat Victoria in the One Day Cup final and end a 13-year drought, if you don't mind.
Yes.
In terms of this space. It's been even longer, nearly 30 years since the boys held up a Shield title. One of the absolute favourites and the heart and soul, the glue of the side, joins us right now. Very, very lucky. It's Jake Lehman.
Oh, Jakey.
Oh, Jake.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Heart and soul, glue of the side?
Oh, I wouldn't say that as much, but I probably have been around the longest now.
Are you the oldest in the side?
Yeah, I think Keza has me, but he's away representing Australia most of the time now. So, yeah, fortunately that is me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're the most mature?
Probably not. Probably our little skipper, Nath McSweeney, is beyond his years in maturity. So I'll probably give it to him.
Yep.
He's pretty perfect, isn't he? Is he as perfect as he seems? You look at him, he's a good-looking rooster. He's got the perfect teeth. He's just pretty outstanding.
Yeah, he's just one of those characters. There's I just said it before, but Alex Carey,
Yep.
people say, he's a nice man, he's good looking, he's got everything, and I genuinely think Nathan McSweeney is one of those other characters that are on the path of that type of person.
Any weaknesses? Like, can you tell us something about even Kerry McSweeney? What tell us? Has he got tinea or something?
Yeah, well, I got one for each. So Kez, I don't know if you watched any social media in the last little bit, but yeah, he is very tight with his money.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
Really?
Get him to buy the beers first if you go out with him.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting for the bloke that probably earns the most in the whole
that's
team.
true.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And then McSweeney, he does have odd-looking toes. So
Really?
there you
Can't
go.
have it all.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
you
close to
can't
the
have it all.
tinea.
You certainly can't. Well, you just mentioned there that you're one of the oldest in the team. How do you think that makes me feel? Because back in the day, I used to babysit you, Jake.
This is
I used
amazing.
to babysit you.
This is amazing.
You and your sister, when you were knee-high to grasshoppers in England, I dead set 100% sat and watched you as children.
I know, I can't believe it when when people are talking about it and were you around for this? Did you see this? There's all these different things, and I'm like, yeah, I was actually at that game.
Yeah.
Yep, I've done that, or I've done this, or I've seen that, and yeah, it's just so many. It just feels like it wasn't that long ago, but obviously it is.
Well, it really does. And the last time that South Australia won a shield, your dad played.
Yeah, I know, and once again, I was there. I was only 2 or 3, but I remember my grandpa at the time. He had me up on his shoulders, and we were at the game and running out on the ground and all those experiences. So, I've seen it, and hopefully we can recreate that again.
Awesome.
Sensational.
Mate, can't wait. And seriously, 27 degrees. It's a good spot as well. There's nothing else going on. Get down and get behind the South Australian cricket team because hopefully it's history in the making.
I love you, mate. Where have you been the last 13 years when we've had no success? Now you're all over them like a rash.
Just popped up out of a crack. Go South Australia. Jake, thanks so much for coming in, mate, and good luck.
No worries, thank you.
It's time for some accountability.
Jody and Hazy's Friday Fork Ups.
Somebody royally forked up.
The top 4 things that forked up this week.
Okay, so this is the part where we have to be a little bit accountable. Maybe we learn in this space. And I'm looking forward to the day that producer Molly says, hey, guess what? We can't do this segment anymore because you guys were flawless.
That is the big glittery unicorn in the sky. That is never going to happen. Yeah.
Feels like that too.
It does.
Feels like sometimes you could do a daily fork up.
Yeah. All right, producer Molly, what you got for us this week?
Okay, we're starting with number 4. This is maybe my favourite of the week. There's a lot of things we love about you, Hazy, obviously. One of those things is not your knowledge of popular health foods.
Oh, Burnside with all their fancy foods, all their gourmet.
Hey. Let's not Burnside bash just because they've got an elite shopping centre.
Oh, pass me another Asahi bowl. Can I ask you a question?
Uh-oh.
And producer Molly can ask this to you as well.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever eaten an Asahi bowl?
Yeah.
I don't love them.
You know what?
that
I've
purple?
never consumed one.
Is it Acai or Asahi?
Asahi?
Isn't Asahi
It's
a
an
beer?
Acai.
Oh, that's a beer. I've consumed a bowl of Asahi. Don't
That's
you worry
why
about
you're going to
that.
die.
Yeah, there's not too many. I'll give you that. There's not too many bowls of Asahi getting around Burnside.
No, exactly. All right, number 3. Jody.
Yes. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
What did I do?
You're an impressive operator. How long have you been in radio?
It's 300 years.
Yeah, it feels like that.
Yeah.
You do have a few issues. One is reading our most important piece of paper, the run sheet.
Oh.
Oh, here we go.
Whoa, 0. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking not right now. I'm thinking in the next 5 or 6 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you're in
So
charge of
you're
this.
so keen for this.
I know.
You're so very keen for this.
But what I've come to understand is that you're in charge of this shit, so we do whatever you say
Okay.
on most occasions.
Okay. Well, I'm reading the run sheet. I think you should do the same.
Okay.
It just gets to the stage, though, where you can't pretend that was supposed to happen anymore.
No,
okay?
I know.
You just got to
I
peel
get
the
it.
curtain back.
I get it.
All right, number 2. We love our listeners, obviously.
Yes.
But for the first time, one is making an entry. This is a big fork up.
Good morning, Shannon.
Good morning. I have 2 children born on the 1st, and we're doing a rock, paper, scissors in here right now. Can we let Hunter do it? Let's Hunter go. Come on, Hunter, come on down.
Was Hunter born on the 1st
Oh, my gosh.
of February?
No! No! Oh, we're going to kick ourselves.
Who was born?
Aiden was.
Oh!
My very goodness.
Big fork up.
We had to all check the T's and C's after that because you can't have two people playing for the $1,000, right? It's not fair. It's like a double chance. Weren't we all flat after that?
Yeah. Jeez, it happens. But we learned something.
What's that?
I don't know, but it was a solid message. It was a solid message in that.
All right, finally. As I've said, we love taking your calls on 13 24 10. Another listener making the list this week.
Uh-oh.
Vanessa from Elizabeth, if you're listening, you've taken it out with this.
Hey, what happened when your kids got their hand on the phone?
My grandson was 4 or 5 years old. His name is Nate.
Yeah.
He is about 8 now, but then he got my phone. It took a photo of his you-know-what and sent it to most of my friends on Snapchat.
Okay, well, that's
100% he did that.
That's as bad as it gets. Yeah, he did that. He did that.
He definitely did that.
Yes.
Hey, look, here's my Willie. Hey, all mum's friends.
My God.
Here's my little doodle.
Start early, don't they, kids these days?
Don't they?
You just don't know what's happening behind the scenes.
No.
Thank you very much, Producer Molly. Appreciate that. Lot to work on, as we say each and every week.
Yeah. Maybe we'll start with reading.
Yeah, thank you so much.
When you change workplaces, Jodes, new environment, new mechanics, new situations you can find yourself in, it can be a little bit tricky, it can be a little bit stressful.
I think for everyone, you just want to fast forward at least 3 months down the track so you know what you're doing, you feel confident, you feel competent, and you begin to get to know your workmates.
Yes, workmates and also muscle memory. You don't have to think about your surroundings too much.
Yeah. I guess all of us at this point wish producer Molly could have fast forwarded 3 months.
Yeah.
True. It's been an eventful couple of weeks since you joined us. First, there was the great Prime Minister debacle where he called in. He called in and said, "Hello, it's Anthony Albanese here." And you thought it was some sort of fringe performer impersonating the Prime Minister. And you were like, "Yeah, cool, mate. I'm just going to pop you on hold."
You had a valid excuse, though.
Yeah.
He literally just called up on his phone.
Yes.
So usually in a situation like that, to peel the curtain back, there's a switch line and it's all very formal in terms of when you speak to high-profile people. He just called off his mobile.
Also, I've spoken to Osher, what's his name?
Gunsberg.
Yeah, through a PR person before.
Yeah.
Like, I've had to wait to speak to him. So I'm thinking, Albo's not ringing direct.
On his so do you have his mobile number now?
I may have his mobile number.
It's actually pretty cool, isn't it? Good. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So there was that, and yesterday you got very emotional, so you opened up about your endometriosis battle. It's been such a roller coaster, but I think maybe the low point, which we all thought would be Albo, was when you and to get around the Nova building, you have to have a swipe card, right? Otherwise you get confined into certain spaces. You, and it's all on camera, don't worry about that, locked yourself into the reception area. And then tell everyone what you tried to do. You went behind reception to try to make a phone call. What the hell?
I couldn't think of any other way to get anyone's attention because I had no swipe card, no phone. And if you've ever been to a radio station before, everything is soundproof.
Yeah.
So no one can hear you.
So were you banging?
Yeah, I was calling. Help. Hello.
I'll tell you what, if you want to trap someone and you don't want them to be found, particularly on a weekend, take them, lock them inside a radio station.
Yeah.
That is some soundproof stuff.
It is.
If you see the video, and please have a look at Jodie and Hazy on Instagram, it almost feels like you're in jail.
I know.
Like you cruise around. I think at one stage you're like rattling the doors, and then you started doing push-ups.
Yeah.
You started doing chin-ups as well.
And then did you try and call the competition line to get through?
That's what I was trying to do. I thought if I called 13 24 10, someone will hear me. And I found the phone, but I couldn't crack the password. So I just thought, what would it be? Nova 919. So I just did 9191. Not that.
Oh, wow.
Hang on a second. You didn't know the number?
No, I didn't know how to get into her phone.
She couldn't get
right.
Like the station's phone.
Oh, my God. So Gina's phone, she couldn't crack it.
Well, yeah.
How dare Jenna's phone not be Nova 919 her password?
No, it's a work phone. It's a reception phone, but it's not a normal dial-up. It's a mobile.
You should have just tried 1, 2, 3, 4.
I just love that Joshy would have answered the phone going, "Hello, Nova, you calling for Red Room tickets?"
No, I'm calling for entry to the room here.
I'm trying to run a show here. 13 24 10, what did you get locked out of? I remember the first time that my wife went overseas. She would, when we, for the longest time, and maybe not so much now, it's probably every second or third year, she's Scottish.
Yeah.
And she would make a point of going back to Scotland with her mum to see her grandparents each and every year.
Cute.
So the first time that she left and she took Henry when he was about maybe 1 year old, I was at home by myself for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
And wouldn't you believe it? Like within seconds, completely locked out.
Yeah.
Completely locked out. And it got to the stage where it was dusk and I was like, I don't want I don't want to smash a window, but it's heading towards that situation. And I had a mate there who had a 3-year-old, and we put him through the doggy door.
No, you didn't.
And said, mate, just trying to direct him. 3 years old, tough age. They get something in their head, you can't crack them.
Right.
So he got in there, and as soon as he got in there, it started getting dark. It's a little bit darker inside, and he started freaking out.
I bet.
Like properly freaking out. Like, just open up the door. Open up the door. Instead, he was almost about to go on a rampage inside the house. So I had to go, I've got to do it now, and smash the window and get in there.
Oh, no.
No, it's tough as well. When you smash your own window, you start calculating as well how much it's going to cost.
And you're a bit of a tired ass as well.
You're an idiot because it's completely your fault.
Yeah.
And the key's in the corner there on the kitchen being like, hello, looking for me? Very frustrating, Joe.
Very cute stories about being locked out of places. Hold my beer, please.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah, I've got a beauty,
Okay.
and it involved me in my G-string, unable to get back in somewhere.
Oh, my very goodness. I'm sticking around for that.
Yeah. Okay, creep. Where did you lock yourself out of, Ashley? Good morning.
Good morning. I got locked out in Bali.
Oh, no.
We were with 3 mates, and we only had 2 keys. One went home quite early in the night, and me and the other stayed out at that really huge bar, and she went to the toilet and lost me. And she had the key and I had all the cash. So after like an hour of searching, I went back to the villa. My friend's room was on the other side of the building, so I was trying to get over the fence because she couldn't hear me knocking. And the security guard decided to help me, and he threw me over. And it was stone, and I ended up with scratches all over my body. But eventually my friend on the second story woke up and let me in.
Ashley, I'm going to suggest something here. Shoot me down, if you will. Were there a few margaritas involved?
You just get the
there was
feeling.
lots.
Yeah.
I just think my friend's a bit of a blonde, but she's not blonde because I don't know how she lost me. I sat in the same spot for like an hour waiting for her, and she had no cash, so I don't know how she ended up getting back to the accommodation.
Who's to say that mystery will remain in Bali forever?
That's it. It'll live and die in Bali.
Oh, bless you.
Let's
Molly.
go to Noarlunga Downs. Let's go to Shane. Morning to you, Shane.
G'day, guys. How you going?
Good. Where'd you get locked out of, Shane?
It was another Bali incident, but on the way to Bali in the airport, I'd locked my keys in the car. Was late for my flight, left all my luggage in the car, and left to Bali without bags, and had to buy everything over there.
Oh, my gosh. Shane, you red hot mess. Do you know what, though?
It was, mate.
Bali's a good spot, though, where you actually can turn. I've been on a couple of footy trips where some of my fellow teammates have just turned up with a plastic bag because they rely on getting there and buying stuff. Because clothes are
More
so
into
cheap.
shopping, boys.
100%.
Oh,
100%.
God. Right.
Shane gets it.
Shane, hang on. So you got on the plane for Bali knowing that your keys were locked in your car or your luggage was in the car. What happened upon your return?
It was about 3 hours to get someone out there to get the keys out of the car.
Oh, no.
So I can drive home.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I feel like Shane probably wouldn't have been in a great mood to have to organise something in that post-Bali trip.
Yeah, I understand. Oh, thank you, Shane. Just having a little chat about producer Molly locked herself into the reception area here at Nova in her second week.
Nice work, Molly.
Didn't have a swipe card. Frantically tried to bust into the phone system and guessing the password. What a hot mess you were. Anyway.
The video is incriminating. It's on now Instagram at Jodie and Hazy.
Yes, and it did remind me of a time that I was on a work trip and I was in a hotel room by myself and I heard a commotion out in the hallway at around 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So I proceeded to jump out of bed wearing nothing but my underwear.
Mm-hmm. There she is.
Me or Molly?
No, that's you.
Okay. Just confirmation.
Actually, could be Molly as well. Yeah.
Either or.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Anyway, so as I take a step into the hallway, I didn't mean to do it, but I heard the click of the door behind me.
Yeah.
And obviously I didn't take my swipe card or anything because
Yeah.
I was just checking what the commotion was.
Yeah.
And so there I am, stranded in a G-string in the hallway with nothing, like just covering my boobs like that.
Very goodness.
And I went into full-scale panic mode. And at that time, someone came up in the lift, so I had to poke my brother. And I was just like, can you please help me? Help me.
Someone saw you.
Someone saw me.
Who was it?
And also in my head, I'm thinking, there's camera footage of this.
Oh, not the
Like,
camera
film-
footage.
And anyway, so they went downstairs to reception and kindly got someone to come up with a spare swipey and let me back into my room.
There you go.
So, good thanks.
There's a key message in that, isn't there? You should never enter a place where you could get locked into wearing just not much at all, even if it's just a G-string.
Well, cheers tips.
Oh, we live and we learn, though, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
13 24 10, Charmaine, good morning.
Hello, what happened to you? Where'd you get trapped?
Well, I got locked inside somewhere. Now, this story is slightly R-rated, so anyone with little kids in the car.
Oh,
but
sorry.
I'll say it in a nice way.
Okay.
So I grew up in a small country town, and one Saturday night we were all at the footy club rooms.
Uh-oh.
And towards the end of the night, my boyfriend and I took ourselves off to the bathroom, and we were doing a little bit of hanky-panky.
Just discussing the game,
okay,
you know,
yep,
just drilling down on what happened in the third quarter, that sort of vibe. Yeah.
Analysis.
And then when we came out, all the lights were off and we had been locked inside the club room. So we tried to get out, and then we set the alarm off, which was insanely loud, and it honestly would have woken up the entire town. So I started freaking out, thinking the police were going to come and arrest us for trying to break in.
Yeah.
So then I had to call my uncle, who I knew had a key to the club room, to come and rescue us and turn the alarm off. But the entire town obviously found out what had happened and who it was, and it was very embarrassing. And my parents were also very embarrassed. Yeah.
Did everyone find out exactly why you got locked in the first place, or why you were a little bit late to exit?
Everyone just knew, so that's what we would have been doing.
Yeah, right.
We were young.
Oh,
Hey, we were young.
Jermaine, what was the
I know.
clothing situation at the time? Was he just wearing like a footy jumper? Or what was it?
So when my uncle came, we were all ready to go. We were
Oh,
good, but
that's good. That's such a relief, isn't it?
Very wholesome.
G'day, Uncle Mick. Thanks for coming.
Once again, Joseph, lesson in that. Not sure what it is. though.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Battle of the Bangers.
Yeah, what an interesting space this is. It's a chance for you to choose the music, and things get a little bit competitive behind the scenes.
Oh, it's not going well for me this year. Normally I dominate this competition. I've been the reigning queen for 2 years running. However, since we've changed the format to a random generator that comes up with 5 or 6 songs that we have to like buzz in when we hear the one we like,
Yeah.
it hasn't been going well.
No, it was 2003. That was the year I graduated high school. You went with this one. It's a good tune, guys. What can I say? It's a good tune. I went in an extremely different direction. Really solid U-turn.
I don't know what you heard about me.
What'd you hear?
Put up, can't get a dollar out of me.
Good luck.
No Cadillac, no brakes, you can't see. Cause I'm a mother, P-I-M-P.
Oh, you scared me.
Oh, I scared myself there for a second, Jones.
You
All right.
graduated high school, you say?
Yeah, 2003.
Okay. What sort of results did we go with?
I graduated high school in 2003. Well, let's not get bogged down in the details. Don't you dare ask what my TR was.
What's a TR?
Yeah, it's like your HSC result.
Yeah.
It wasn't good. Okay, I already know the answer.
Do you?
Yeah.
Who told you? I haven't told anyone. I've taken that to the grave.
Anyway, we digress. All right, camera guy Josh.
Hello.
Producer Josh, whatever you're calling yourself these days because you're a hybrid operator.
That's it.
How did we go?
All right.
Can I have a little drum roll, please?
Of course you can, great.
Devastatingly, it's Andrew Hayes
Oh,
again.
my God. He's on a burner. He's on a burner. Wow, I didn't see this coming. I thought you were going to win this one,
Oh,
Jones.
did you really?
It's okay.
Yeah, righto.
Oh, well, I guess that takes us to a 4-1 for Battle of the Bangers. Ladies and gentlemen, your winning song for this week is 50 Cent with a beautiful, gorgeous, wholesome song. It's called P-I-M-P. Enjoy.
I don't know what you heard about me.
I need to know. I need to know now.
I need to know.
I need to know.
I need to know.
What's in the news today?
I need to know this.
Here's what you need to know.
What you need to know with Jody and Hazy.
What about this? So, what about when you drop your car to the mechanic? You think in safe hands, yeah?
100%. I often think when I drop it off the mechanic, do I count the coins?
Oh,
Do I check the glove box?
do you?
If there's a couple of loose notes, Maybe you count the coins just as a bit of a trust test, but surely they wouldn't be silly enough to steal the
But
coins.
also, could you be a bigger tight ass? Like, they're coins. Who cares?
It's 70 cents, Jodes. Okay? It's 70 cents.
Right. Okay, so a woman was left with a very nasty surprise after taking her car to the mechanic. She was told on the Friday that there was a part needed and it wasn't going to be coming in for quite some days. So she left the car there over the weekend, looking to collect it on the following Monday. So when she went to get her beloved Ford Focus back, she checked the dash cam footage. I don't know why.
Yeah, that seems off.
It does seem a little random, doesn't it? Anywho, she explained he took it home. He left it parked in his driveway overnight, which is something that I don't even do. He took it through a McDonald's drive-through with his kid in the car, and he also went to 7-Eleven. Isn't that... As well as this, the dash cam clocked the car doing 71 in a 60 zone, even hitting 93 Ks in a back street.
Wow. Well, that's extremely illegal and dangerous.
Yes, so true. Thank you, mate.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because you definitely shouldn't do it. There's no excuses for it. But what I'm focused in on, and in this story as well, they talk about how they see some really cool cars.
Yeah.
The Ford Focus was the one.
Yeah.
They got the mechanic over the line saying, I'm taking that for the weekend. I'm taking this baby out for a spin.
It wasn't like an M3 BMW or anything like that. It was a Ford Focus.
I have to take this Lamborghini out for a spin. No, it was the Ford Focus.
But what about this, though? The current affair hit up Ross Y, who was the mechanic, and just said, hey, mate, what are you doing? And the news reporter showed the mechanic the dash cam footage of him speeding, and he said, well, that's going by an uncalibrated GPS, so that's incorrect. And then he added that the drive-through to McDonald's was okay because he was on his way to work.
Oh, okay, cool.
Even the reporter was
so
like...
it was on the way.
Yeah, the reporter was like, mate, it's not your car to drive.
But still, it doesn't matter where you're driving to because you're not supposed to be driving it.
Yeah. Do you ever wonder what you'd do if you got hit up by, like, ACA? Oh, my God. Wouldn't you panic?
Oh, jeez. Do you sprint?
No.
Do you stop and ask? Do you stop and answer questions? Like, what do you do?
You say nothing. That's
Do you?
what I would advise people to do. Meh, zip it. Don't say anything because you're just going to incriminate yourself.
Yeah, it's a real tricky space.
Depending on what you've done, though.
100%. So a quick one for me. I got my Calais fixed. It had a really bad piece of its engine that was broken.
You
had to get it fixed.
Is that a technical term? Had a really bad
Yeah, it was
piece
like-
of its engine that was broken?
It was a cable chain or something, which is really important in car terms. So I don't want to go into the details because I don't really know. Anyway, I got it fixed at this particular mechanic near my house, and it cost around about $1,500 cash. I paid cash.
Okay.
I think traditionally it costs about $2,500. Anyway, when I got the receipt, I hand the receipt over to the next owner.
Yeah.
Anyway, 2 months into it, the car started playing up again. Like there hadn't been repairs, but he'd lost the receipt.
Oh.
So then when he went to the mechanic and said, hey, look, I got this car and I don't have the receipt, but you repaired it, blah, blah, the guy went, never seen you before in my life.
Oh, no.
And I went to the mechanic as well and went, mate, it was on this date, da-da-da-da-da. There's no bank transactions because it was cash. And he went, mate, I do heaps of these jobs. I've never seen you before in my life. I have never in my life been closer to hitting someone.
Really?
And there's nothing I could do. There's nothing he could do. Part of me was like, mate, you lost the receipt, you idiot.
Yeah.
The second part was like, you're dodgy, mate. You would sit there and be like, oh, I don't know. You don't have a receipt? But I don't know. I've never seen you before in my life.
Can I play devil's advocate here? It's almost on you for going to a cash mechanic.
I thought that I was doing everyone a favour.